top 5 awkward moments on Joe Rogan podcasts. With more than 2,000 episodes, the Joe Rogan Experience has countless uncomfortable moments. Here are the top 5 worst moments on Joe podcast. Number 5, Joe Schilling. Imagine focusing on the quality of the videos in the background while your guest talks to you about something as sensitive as this.
It was a really big fight for me. It was a really tough fight for me too. You know, it was a really bad camp. It was probably the worst camp of my career. My dad had passed away like 3 weeks before the fight, and like 2 or 3 days after that.
Why does that look so shitty, Jamie?
My cousin passed away. So it was
like, pull it back. Is it our computer that's doing that?
Yeah. It's drags because of the computer.
Why is it? But come on, man. It's a YouTube video. Is it really that bad? What do we got to do to fix that? Tell me whatever we have to do to fix that. Let's fix that, because this is pissing me off. This looks like shit. Can't even see it. Boom! Damn.
Joe sometimes invites people who have completely different opinions from his own, which can lead to debates like this one. Number 4, Adam Conover, episode 12, 82.
You know, I have a friend who has a trans kid. Don't know the kid's exact age, but, you know, we're in the age range that we're talking about. And, you know, he's explained that, like, well, you know, my child from a very young age consistently, like, said, I am a girl. Like, and has never contradicted themselves, never changed their mind. And so the humane thing, and the thing that he felt was good to do as a parent, was to, like, embrace that choice on his child's part, right? Yeah, that's...
Embrace that choice, meaning hormonally...
I shouldn't even phrase it as a choice, like embrace that identity.
But it is a choice, right? I mean, if you're choosing to add hormones to a child's body, that's a choice.
It's a choice blockers. It's a choice on the part of the parent. It's not a choice on the part of the child to, like, in the same way that being gay isn't a choice. Yeah.
Okay, but if that's who they are, if they think that they're a girl, why do you have to give them hormones to make them more of a girl?
Because. I'm sorry, can you expand on the question?
It's a simple question. If you say that the child thinks it's a girl, so you're going to give the child hormones. If the child thinks it's a girl, let it be a girl. Like, you don't have, why are you adding hormones? If you're shooting hormones into a child and you're affecting the child's development, you're saying that's not a choice. That's nonsense. Of course it's a choice. You're choosing to chemically change this child's body. You're choosing to inject things into this child's body on a regular basis that are going to radically affect the physical development of their body.
Yeah.
And you're saying that this isn't a choice. Well, it's definitely a choice to do that.
In the next spot, the tension in the air is incredible. What starts as a simple conversation about rock, paper, scissors escalates into a near argument, with Joe giving himself a little too much credit. Number 3, Moxie Marlinspike, episode 1572.
How are you so good at rock, paper, scissors?
It's just, you know, skill, muscle, intuition.
Intuition. Can we play right now?
You want to play?
Yes.
Oh, but I only play for stakes.
Okay. What do you want to play for?
If I win, I do the programming on your show for a week.
No. That's worth a lot of money.
What kind of money? What do you think I'm
That's
I'm not saying like the ads or whatever.
It'd be like programming, like who's going to be on.
Yeah, who's going to be on.
That's not possible. We're booked up months and months in advance.
You were so confident until just now.
No.
That's a few months off.
That's ridiculous to flip a coin on that. There's no chance.
I mean, what would be?
Because then you'd make me have conversation. Listen, the whole reason why this show works is because I talk to people that I want to talk to.
At first, it seems like a harmless debate. But pay close attention and watch how quickly things start to shift.
No, impossible.
All right. Well, do you think that there's something of equivalent value?
No.
There's nothing that I can do.
There's nothing that you could give me that would be worth a week of programming on the show. Like, if you ever put a monetary equivalent to that, it would have to be a spectacular amount of money for me to let someone else program the show. I've never let anybody do that before. The only way the show works, I think, the way it works, is I have to be interested in talking to the people. So it has to be, I've like all these suggestions for guests. I go, oh, that guy seems cool. Oh, that might be interesting. Let me read up on this guy.
What if it's like for a week, I give you the list of suggestions?
No input.
No, all right.
No, it's not. That's a ridiculous.
Stand real. Yeah. Okay, all right.
Impossible.
In any case,
how about $5? No,
it's got to be.
Come
stakes.
on, man.
It's gotta be
$20.
Stakes.
$20. I got $20 in my pocket.
Money is off the table. We can't.
Money's off the table.
Forget that.
All right. Sounds like someone's scared to lose at rock, paper, scissors.
It sounds like someone else is scared to lose.
No, you're asking me for something that's ridiculous. You don't have anything. You don't have anything that's worth a week of programming on this show. You don't have it.
That's rough.
It doesn't exist.
That's rough.
No, it doesn't. It literally doesn't exist. You don't. There's nothing that you can have that you can offer me that I couldn't buy myself.
I'll make. I'll make. I'll. No. People be interesting.
No.
Talking with them.
You can't. No.
All right, fine. Okay.
But that doesn't
We
do
don't have to
anything
play.
for me. That does something
No,
for
no,
you.
of
That
course,
does zero
of course.
for
You
me.
would have, if you win, you would name your steak.
I don't have a steak.
Okay.
There's nothing I want from you.
All right, well,
that what you asked from me
then-
is a
then we can't
crazy
play the
thing.
game.
Yeah, we can't play rock paper scissors then, huh?
To lighten things up a bit, here are some honorable mentions of awkward moments, especially painfully uncomfortable silences. Running out of conversation on a 3-hour podcast with cameras, mics, and million of eyes on you could be an absolute nightmare. Jordan Peterson, episode 958.
Have to be worth something, right? It has to have some meat, what you're aiming at. It has to be something that can elevate your worm-like self to the level of tolerability. You know, you can say, well, yeah, I've got all these flaws, but look at what I'm trying to do.
Right.
That's the real ground of self-respect. Well, I'm off the track with the question. The ground of self-respect. I can't remember what you asked me. So we'll have to go to a different topic.
What? How did we get on this? We were.
You asked about the evolutionary basis of.
Oh, that was a long time ago.
I know, it's a rabbit hole that just doesn't disappear.
But where were we just now? Remember where we were just now?
No, sorry. I was distracted by something else that's happening.
Although the conversation flows well in this episode, when it comes to awkward silences, we can't ignore this amusing exchange with Chuck Palahniuk. Episode 17, 26.
Building these huge stone monoliths in Turkey. There was little 3-foot tall furry people that were living on an island in Flores. It's wild.
As the show goes on, the awkward silences keep coming and coming.
You think the government killed Bigfoot?
I don't think I can say that and still be on Twitter. But that little thing that you're talking about,
The orang pendek or the Homo floresiensis? Think they killed it off?
I don't know, because the Gates Foundation has been really active in that area, I heard. Yeah. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying that there are things we don't investigate for a reason.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be. Maybe we tried vaccines on them. They used them to experiment.
But the most uncomfortable moment happens when Joe seems to run out of things to say, leaving the room in complete silence.
That's where cuckold comes from?
Yeah.
Huh. I guess it makes sense. I guess that's a logical origin. Well, I've never heard that before.
It's kind of tragic.
It is tragic. Well, birds are tragic, period. So a weird creature. You know? They get to fly, but they don't live very long. They get eaten by other birds. It's like it's just a hard scrabble world, the world of birds. You ever seen videos of owls snatching hawks out of their nests? Because owls hunt at night.
And they snatch adults.
Now, what happens when a guest brings up a serious topic, but Joe treats it like a joke? That's exactly what happened in the awkward episode 1532 with Mike Tyson. Joe laughed off a video of Mike that actually had deeper meaning. Number 2.
This is a man who's preparing to go to combat. This is not normal getting ready to work out. That's why when I saw that video, I was like, oh.
Want me to tell you something about that video?
Yeah.
I did that video and I was in bed for a week. That was 30 seconds and I was in bed for a week. And it's not funny because it made me realize that this is big boy
serious.
shit, okay?
Big boy shit.
This big boy shit. You was
There
out.
it is right there.
Yeah, that wasn't really cool. No, that's
However, after that, there was an even more uncomfortable moment where they dive into a different set of
what
issues.
does it mean when fighting gets you erect? What does that mean?
It's a good question. It means you're getting excited.
Yeah.
So that's going through your mind right now.
You know, sometimes I get the twinkle.
The twinkle.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like you reached a state as a human being, as a champion, that very few humans will ever touch and feel. That's why I'm asking you, when you're running, when you're hitting the bag, when that heart's beating again, and you know who you are, you're Mike motherfucking Tyson. So when you're doing all this shit again, you're still Mike Tyson. Those thoughts have got to be burning inside you again. It's got to be pretty wild. But saying that, it gets you orgasmic. That's a strange thing to say.
Well, that's just what I want. I wanted to find out because you're really bright. And I thought you would figure it. No, I'm being very serious.
No, I know. I know you're being serious. But I mean, no one will understand that other than you. So no one's going to understand you getting an erection from thinking about hurting someone more than you will. You're the only
There has to be fear-based in somewhere.
fear-based.
Before we get to number 1, make sure to hit that subscribe button. It'll bring you good luck. Seriously. Now, what happens when the host brings up a topic the guest specifically said not to touch? That's exactly what happened in the awkward episode 1035 with Paul Stamets. Joe asked a question that made Paul visibly uncomfortable, but it was Paul's chilling response that really stole the moment.
Proteins in these mushrooms.
Number one.
But that jury is still out, so to speak.
What are the negative benefit or the negative effects of this?
This is an explosive area of conversation, and puts my life in danger. So I reserve the right not to answer your question.
Whoa. I didn't expect that. It puts your life in danger talking about portobello mushrooms? He's looking at me silently. I will respectfully move on.
Thank you.
So anybody who's interested, just Google that and get back to me. You know what? Next, I'm going to have a guy who is the same height as Paul, and he's going to have a mask on, and we're